Hello everybody and welcome to another video. You are now introduced to my wild hair and me filming vertically, which how dare I, how rude for a video, but I apologize. I'm making you sit on my steering wheel so we can have a chat together while I'm waiting for a doctor's appointment. This is a quick appointment. I am just doing a pregnancy test prior to getting my Accutane prescription. So I had to do this last month. I got my first pregnancy test, negative, huzzah. I'm on the Nexplanon implant, so I'm officially a cyborg, but so I got my pregnancy test last month and now I'm getting another one and hopefully filling my prescription for Accutane today. So I wanted to talk a little bit about that on camera so you can see my face because it'll be pertinent for this video. We are going to talk about skincare, skin picking, acne, all those shenanigans, and I will have a piece of art that I worked on recently for my D&D campaign. I needed a character icon, so I painted my new character for our Strixhaven campaign. We're doing Wizard College in case I haven't had enough college. I have 11 years of college, but apparently I needed Wizard College. No, it's super fun. I'm really enjoying it. I had a wood elf. I have a wood elf character named Merit, and she is a bard. I'm very excited about it. So you'll see a little bit of the process of creating her while we talk about skincare, Accutane, acne, all those shenanigans. But who doesn't love a good parking lot chat? You know what I'm saying? You picking up what I'm putting down? So I'm 28 years old and I've struggled with acne for a long time. I remember having tons of bumps on my forehead when I was like 13, and I am a skin picker by nature. When I was very, very little, like 3 upwards, I would pick at my fingers, and then as soon as I developed acne, I started picking at my face, and I pick at my lips too. It's one of my big vices and one of the anxieties I have about starting Accutane because it will dry out my lips from what I've been told. So with that being said, I'm a skin picker. I developed acne early on. I would develop infections related to my skin picking. So I'd get like these really big sores on my face. One time I got a staph infection on my face that was on, I think, this side. I will try and find the Instagram picture somewhere. It was on my old Instagram account, so if I can find it. I looked like a squirrel with a nut in my mouth. It was so bad, and I had to teach with it. And this was before the pandemic, so I had to teach with this big swollen side of my face, and my students were like, "We didn't even notice." And I'm like, "You're so kind. You're getting an A for pretending like you didn't notice this giant swollen bit on my face." And then I had to go to class that night, and it was awful. And like, as a grad student, you have this sense of shame about like, oh God, like I'm amongst some of the smartest people in the world, and I'm like this. I picked my face into an infection, but like, it just goes to show that like people of various walks of life have skin picking issues. I've never been formally diagnosed with dermatillomania, but like this certainly runs in my family in terms of skin picking as a coping mechanism, as a habitual behavior, as a compulsive behavior. So compulsive skin picking is what I lean in on in terms of what I call it. That's the best term for me. My mom has a compulsion of picking at her nails until they bleed. I don't think she's really ever struggled with acne. My dad works outside a lot and ends up having a lot of injuries on his arms, and he picks his arms to pieces and he has scars all over his arms. And he and I both compulsively pick when we're anxious, and like it breaks my heart to see him struggle with skin picking. And now my nephew is he's 4, and apparently he has developed skin picking as well. So with that being said, acne has always been a part of my life. It's affected my quality of life in a lot of ways. I managed to cut down on staph infections just from, I had like the cream, or like, it's an ointment that you put up your nose for like a week, I think. And that cut down on staph infections. I used to get staph infections periodically under my arms and on my face. Like, I had that one big one. But yeah, so, and I had like a vaginal cyst that was almost infected with staph. So yeah, bad news bears, don't get staph infections. They're bad for you and can kill you. So like, not recommended by me. My acne just got worse as I got older, because when I was 16, I was diagnosed with juvenile dermatomyositis, which is a disease that causes inflammation of the skin and muscles. It's an autoimmune disease. Your immune system thinks that your healthy tissues are bad and attacks them. My immune system would cause inflammation of like my face here and up here and on my eyelids and on my hands, like on the knuckles. You can still see some scarring on the knuckles. This hand was always the worst, but like thankfully with Xeljanz I have been able to correct a lot of the inflammation of my skin. With my muscles, my biggest difficulty was getting upstairs. I had chronic pain in my legs particularly. That was helped with steroids, and I think with the Xeljanz. Also, I'm on Cymbalta for depression. I will leave a card for my video where I talk about Cymbalta, but I'm on Cymbalta, and that is also supposed to help with chronic pain. I don't know how much it has helped, but that was part of the rationale of picking Cymbalta as a antidepressant and anti-anxiety medication. But being on steroids for my autoimmune disease made my acne worse. It also made my anxiety worse. Being on prednisone will, for many people, cause huge mood swings, anxiety, that sort of stuff, depression, and it lowers your self-esteem. So if your skin picking is also exacerbated by your low self-esteem, bad news bears. That's just the theme of this. Like, there's a lot of stuff that's bad news bears for you in this video. So the struggle has been real. I have tried, I feel like it's just one of those like stereotypical, like, I tried everything on the market and now I'm doing Accutane. I actually found Differin really effective, but I'm still not seeing the results I'm looking for, and I feel like for someone of my age who is not planning on having children soon, if ever, I feel like this is a really good solution for me. I feel like as someone with primarily like hormonal acne, but acne that is stubborn enough that I have to apply Differin regularly, this is again going to be a good solution for me. I am incredibly affected by my acne. My skin picking is worse when I have acne. So, I mean, you're telling me there's a medication that there's like 80% chance that I won't have acne anymore. Like, let's do that as a thing. I'm super into it. I am worried about dry skin and my tendency to pick at dry skin. We're gonna just be as, sorry for folks who hate this word, we're gonna be as moist as possible for the 5 weeks I'm anticipated to be on Accutane. We're gonna hope for the best, pray for moisture, use as much lip balm, lip gloss, whatever as possible. We're gonna be real good to our skin. We're gonna take care of ourselves. I'm not gonna be drinking at all on Accutane because Accutane and alcohol are not a good combination, and it can actually apparently reduce the efficacy of your Accutane. So I don't want to be on Accutane again after this. one, it's really annoying to have to get a pregnancy test every month before you refill. You really have to follow the regimen or they won't give you the medication in terms of don't get pregnant, don't get pregnant, don't get pregnant. So you have to go in for a pregnancy test every month or they won't refill your prescription. So I don't want to do that anymore after 5 weeks or however long I end up on this. And yeah, so we're not going to be drinking. I wonder how that's going to affect my skin and my overall health. I am one of those people that likes a good alcoholic beverage in the evening as like a dessert thing. I love ginger cider, like alcoholic ginger beer. It's amazing. Yeah, no, I've talked with my counselor on campus about relationships to alcohol and times where I felt more dependent on alcohol to reduce stress or to sort of like distance from stressful things. And now I feel like I'm in a really good place with my alcohol consumption, but I know alcohol's not great for you. So we're gonna see how this attention to my health and this attention to my skin with Accutane affects my overall well-being. I mean, one could suggest that my skin might get a little bit better from not drinking. So keep that in mind as we go through this journey together on the social medias. But I just wanted to give y'all this update and just chat for a second while I was waiting in the parking lot. I'm gonna try to get this audio all cleaned up for you, so this sounds a little bit better, but it's rainy and nice and peaceful. Yeah, I hope you're having a great week so far. I'm filming this on Wednesday, right before my appointment. So I will post this on Friday. So happy Friday in the future. I hope it's a good future. If anything disastrous has happened in the meantime. That's why I haven't acknowledged it, because I don't know what's ahead of us. This Sunday, speaking of disastrous things, this Sunday I am doing my first Stream for a Cause stream benefiting Women in Gaming International, Ukraine United, and Fiesta, what is it called? Fiesta Youth. So we're gonna raise money for Women in Gaming International, Ukraine United, or United Ukraine. I don't have any of my info in front of me, and Fiesta Youth, based on their need. So we're gonna play some games on my Twitch and raise some money, and I'll be doing some shenanigans and giveaways. And by giveaways, I mean raffles. Every $100 we raise. So I'm very excited about that. Trying to put some good out in the world with gaming and friendship and shenanigans on Sunday. So if you're around, come hang out with us. I'm streaming from 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come hang out. That being said, I love you guys. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate you and all of your patience and kindness and goodwill. Let me know in the comments what your plans are for this weekend, how your week is going. Let's chatter. Tell me about your acne experiences. If you've had Accutane before, if you're starting Accutane, you know, congratulations, and I hope you have an awesome experience. I love watching YouTube videos about people's Accutane experiences, so I'll keep y'all updated on how it's going and how I'm feeling, etc. But have a great week. Have a great weekend. Love you guys. See you next time. Bye.